The truth is, French Montana is a rap star who blew up in the early 2010s after spending years in the underground rap scene. He managed to reach the top of the music industry, releasing countless hits over the years. But how exactly did French Montana go from being an underground rapper to a hip-hop superstar? What if I told you that French Montana made a deal for his fame and fortune, a deal that cost him his soul? Join me in this episode as we uncover the dark truth about French Montana. French Montana was born November 9th, 1984 in Casablanca, Morocco. He spent the first 13 years of his life living in his family's estate in Morocco. At a young age, French was heavily interested in soccer and rap music, dedicating any free times towards those hobbies. In the mid-1990s, French and his family made the move to New York City, where they would end up settling in a South Bronx neighborhood. For the first 2 years of their lives, Montana's family struggled to make ends meet, forcing French's father to make the decision of moving back to Morocco. French and his mother decided that they would rather stay in the Bronx, so his father left the family behind and went back to Morocco. French's mother was now raising 3 kids on her own, and this led to the family struggling depending on welfare to survive. This would force French Montana to step up at a young age and become the breadwinner for his family. As a teenager, French Montana would start to earn himself a reputation as a battle rapper around his block. This would help him establish his name in the streets. In 2002, French Montana and his friend came up with the idea of starting a rap street DVD called Cocaine City, which was pretty much a ripoff of the popular Street Smack TV DVD series. French Montana used this DVD series to showcase his music, furthering his presence in the underground rap scene. The DVD eventually became one of the hip-hop street top-selling DVDs, making French a known name in the streets of New York City. In 2003, just 1 year after he launched his DVD series, he would be ambushed by 2 men while leaving a recording studio in the Bronx. Unfortunately for French, he would end up with a bullet in his head, but miraculously, he would survive the traumatic night. French would spend several weeks in a hospital in recovery. He would eventually make a full recovery from his wounds, but never recovered emotionally, as he had discovered he was set up by one of his own guys. In 2007, French would drop his first mixtape, French Revolution Volume 1, with tons of mainstream features right out of the gate, like Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo. French Montana, soon after in 2008, would meet and sign to Akon's Convict Music. This deal would eventually end, and French Montana would be independent for a short time after. In 2010, French would release his 10th mixtape, Coke Boys. This mixtape contained French hit song Choppa Choppa Down, featuring Waka Flocka Flame. This song would end up becoming a down south club hit, getting even more eyes on French Montana. Just 2 months later, French would sign a management deal with a company that was ran by Deborah Ante, who was Waka Flocka's mom. Shortly after signing this management deal, French will release his 11th mixtape, Mr. 16 Casino Life. A few months later after releasing this mixtape, he was approached by Rick Ross and was invited at 3 a.m. to meet Rick Ross at a studio. The two would work on music that very night and begin their musical friendship. This would be the same year French Montana life changes forever, as a record of his Casino Life mixtape, Shot Caller, would take off and become a mega hit. This would eventually spark a bidding war for French Montana, leading to French signing to P. Diddy's Bad Boy Records. French will go on to release countless hit records over the years, continuing to build his legacy in the music industry. This is what you may already know about French Montana, but the truth is far more sinister. I have come to believe that French Montana sold his soul to the devil in order to achieve his fame and success. The reason I have come to this conclusion is no other than French Montana himself, as he openly admits this many times. French Montana, like many other celebrities, were willing to pay the ultimate price for their fame and fortune. Just like the rest of the Masonic puppets, we can see French Montana openly showing the world that he is a Masonic puppet with the one-eye symbolism. At this point, you might be tired of me showing these artists with the one-eye symbolism, but I do this for an important reason. We have already seen so many different artists do this one-eye symbolism, artists from all types of genres. The fact that they all do the same Masonic gestures should clearly show the world that these puppets are all serving the same master. Something that stuck out to me while reading about his come-up was his meeting with Rick Ross at the studio at exactly 3 a.m. This should be an immediate big red flag. We already know that 3 a.m. is a devil's hour, or otherwise known as the witching hour. The devil's hour is what occultists see as the perfect time to practice their ritual magic.
The devil's hour, 3:07, 3:15, things commonly happen. And the question is why?
Unfortunately, that is usually always right on when there's a serious haunting. Psychic hour of the night.
usually around 3 a.m., where people are most sensitive to spirit activity or any type of paranormal activity. The veil between the spirit world and our world is lifted in a way.
We can all imagine what French Montana and Rick Ross were doing at the studio at 3 a.m. It has been long rumored that these artists perform ritual incantations on these songs that get replayed every time the song is heard. In my opinion, I believe this is true, and I don't think all artists do this, but I feel like there's a few artists who do it in hip-hop, but many who do it in rock and roll. By putting these ritual incantations in records, they can spread the effects of the incantation, exposing more people to its effects. If you would like me to do a full video on all the artists that are suspected of doing this, let me know in the comments. French Montana and Rick Ross eventually made a record together called Marble Floors, which was released in 2013. The cover art for the record shows that French Montana and Rick Ross are both Freemason puppets. Openly, we see the Masonic checkerboard floor with the Masonic pillars of knowledge, once again showing the Masonic alliance. I have made a full video on Rick Ross where I show that he is a Masonic puppet. Rick Ross even has an entire music video where you can see he displays Masonic symbols and a Masonic ritual book. It is no coincidence that French Montana's career took off shortly after he met with Rick Ross. French Montana was underground for almost 10 years, and it seemed like this is where he was going to remain. I believe French knew this and decided to sell his soul and become a Masonic puppet in order to make it. See, French Montana admits this in many different songs. For example, one of his hit songs is literally titled Devil Want My Soul. In the song, French Montana sings about selling his soul throughout the hook. In the song, French Montana raps, "What the business is, keep minds on Allah. Devil want my soul, women turn me cold." As you can see, French Montana openly raps about the devil wanting his soul and how he has turned cold. Clear as day, when he was at the heights of his career, he was mentioning the devil wanting his soul. We again see French Montana mention his deal with the devil on his song Sanctuary. In the song, French Montana raps, "Big mansion and a bezel, trying to make a deal with the devil, I want it all." Once again, open as day, we see French Montana admitting to wanting to make a deal with the devil because he wants it all. It can't be any more open than this. French Montana stated openly that he has no issues with selling out because he wants all the devil can offer. The cars, the mansions, and the jewelry. The same exact bait that Lucifer uses to trap artist after artist. French Montana came to America from a foreign country and was quickly consumed by the materialistic American dream, which led him to sell his soul. As he rapped in his song, he wanted it all. The same mentality that most kids living in the Bronx are brainwashed into wanting. The thoughts of having endless fame and riches was more than enough for French Montana to give up his eternal soul. French Montana even admits in an interview he did with Tim Westwood that he has no issues with joining the Illuminati.
We have things that we want to talk about. Latest block, hip-hop rumors. Did French Montana get initiated into the Illuminati? And if that is the case, can you bring me in too, fam?
Yeah.
I want in, fam. I need some of this. I need some of this, fam. I need to get in. If there's any offers going, bring me in, baby. I'll sit next to Jay or Ye, I don't care. Bring me in, fam.
Me and Ross had the same conversation.
Is he in the Illuminati as well now?
Nah, he asked me, you know.
He asked you. He asked you if you're in the Illuminati.
Nah, he said if the Illuminati come to your house, I'm gonna let him in and I'm gonna sign right there. I'm gonna bring him in, let him meet my mother.
Exactly, sign her up
my
too.
Son.
Yeah, get the whole fam in there.
The whole fam Illuminati.
Yeah, maybe like a family discount joining.
Yeah, like how can we get a family plan?
Family plan, exactly. Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
Saying?
I don't mind if I just go off peak hours. I just want to be in. I actually keep a spare photograph just in case they need a passport photograph.
Ask everybody. I'm like,
yeah.
One day coming for me. What do I need?
Exactly.
Another record?
Exactly. I mean, it's obvious Puff's in the Illuminati.
Man, I mean, Illumination. I can't wait.
Illumination, yes. Keep the lights on, fam. What it stands for. Let's keep the lights on up in here.
They got good credit. I need it.
Why do you think there is so much rumors about Illuminati, this and that? Why this secret organization that everyone seems to know about, but knows nothing about?
The secret society is the people that's rich. They hang around with each other.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, people that got, you know, same thing to lose.
Exactly.
You know, I felt like that's the Illuminati.
Exactly.
I mean, wow. I mean, that even if Illuminati was real, why wouldn't you want to be a part of something
which is pure paper?
That's controlling, like,
yeah,
more money. Like,
oh man,
you done gave your soul to the streets already. Like,
exactly.
The streets ain't give you nothing but your homies and
yeah.
You You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So why wouldn't you want to be part of an organization to make you millions and billions?
As you heard for yourself, French Montana not only admits to having no issues with selling his soul and joining the Illuminati, because he already sold his soul to the streets, which in my opinion is a perfect point, as those who choose to be in the streets, living a criminal lifestyle, have chosen to sell their souls. They're knowingly and willingly doing evil for their self-beneficial gain. French Montana admits that he has been doing evil in the streets already, knowing that he sold his soul to the devil by serving evil. French Montana is not a part of the Illuminati, but he is indeed a Masonic puppet. He also mentions Rick Ross in the interview, which is not surprising with the fact that we already know that Rick Ross is a Masonic puppet who's openly serving the Masonic agenda. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the many allegations against French Montana regarding him getting his way with women at any means. I cannot go into the details due to the community guidelines, but it appears that French did this to many different women and has been sued for it on many occasions. You can easily Google these allegations and you would quickly see many different women have come out accusing French and has even attempted to sue him for it. This really doesn't surprise me, as we already seen many Masonic puppets do this very thing, either with kids or with women. I believe this comes with the inflated ego and the God complex these artists get after achieving fame and success. Something else I want to briefly talk about was French being accused of buying streams. I usually don't talk about this, but this is important, as this is how labels make it look like their artists are hot when they're truly not. In 2020, French Montana released his record, Writing on the Wall. The record appeared to be trending on TikTok and Spotify. What was odd about this is that the song was only getting plays on Spotify. Quickly, people saw this as suspicious, and it became even more suspicious when people started complaining that their Spotify accounts were hacked to play French Montana's record while they were sleeping. Even though French Montana denies ever doing this, the writing on the wall is clear. French paid for his streams to make himself still look relevant when he has long faded from the mainstream. French doesn't want to give up the only thing he has left after selling his soul, his music career and his fame. The thing is, sadly, like we have seen with many puppets on this channel, once Lucifer gets what he needs, he no longer has any use for these artists, and the artists fade away, losing everything they sold their soul for. Like I always say, we must remember what agenda these artists have chosen to push. They have sold their souls and agreed to guide their audience to a burning end. We must remember not to allow these artists to manipulate us. We also must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. If you would like to further support the channel, join me on Patreon. The link would be in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you could be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a shirt, a cash prize, and even pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at TheTruthIs01 and on TikTok at TheTruthIs. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.